Hey, what is up guys, and welcome to a Mika tutorial. For today I'm gonna hopefully teach some of you how to use Filmora Wondershare. Filmora Wondershare is a editing software that I personally find quite useful. So for those of you who are interested in what I use and would like to generally know how to use it, this is the tutorial for you. So I am right now, for those of you who would be looking at it, I am in the full featured mode. And I'm sure you guys have no clue as to what to do from the start. So the very first step you want to do is you want to click import media files that can be located right here. Once you've done that, you want to select any video file that you're interested in. For me, I'll be selecting an upcoming video file. Well, yeah, not that one. I'll be selecting an upcoming video file for you guys. And hopefully this will generally be a good example. But now that we have this data, or we have a file selected, we need to manage to get this file to be operational. But before we can do that, one thing I always recommend doing before you start recording is to always check if your videos are running smoothly and if your audio has come out properly. I have pre-checked my audio already and I know that it has come out properly. So the next step to that is you want to go to the file you added, and you're going to want to either click this add to project option, which is going to look like a plus, or you can simply click and drag down into your options, or not your options, into your I'm not sure what you'd call it. I'm just going to call it options. Your display, I'll call it display. Just place it in your display, and then from there you can see it's loading up all different scenes. Now, for those of you who want to see the entire scene, or see the entirement of what you've recorded, what you're going to want to do is either click over here with your mouse and drag to the left to shrink it, or drag to the right to increase it, or you can click here where you see the magnifying glasses and drag either to the left or right. Personally, I'm more comfortable doing it this way. We can see we have 40 minutes of footage here. So the first thing we want to do is, like I said, you want to make sure that you can check your audio and your video to make sure that they're both running smoothly. Then you want to add this in. Now, let's say you don't like a certain part in your video. I'll just go to a random part like over here. So from there you can go and you want to cut it out. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to click this weird looking scissor thing over here. You click that and then it will separate the footage. You now have two separate, videos. You've cut the video into two parts now. And let's say you want to remove a section. So then you just move this little drag and drop icon here to the next part that you want to go to. Select it there and then click cut again. Now you basically cut a little section that you don't like and you can get rid of it. So to get rid of a file, what you'd have to do is either press the delete key or right click and click delete. And it usually will take a second to delete the content you've just deleted. Sometimes it goes instantaneously depending on how big the content is that you deleted. So don't freak out if you do that and your PC seems to freeze. But now that we've cut our content, we might be worrying that we cut something out that we actually wanted to keep in the video. That's not a problem. To get content you may have made a mistake on, all you have to do is see this little back button. You click that, or you can press Ctrl Z, and then you'll be able to just back out easily. And if you want to undo anything, also just press Ctrl Z or just click that back button again. So now that I've shown you that, you guys understand how to get rid of different sections of videos that you may not want, or maybe feel don't have any relevance. After that, you're going to want to, I don't know about you guys, but I usually like having some sort of music in my videos if they're going to be a very long video. So to add music to a video, what you're going to want to do is click on the music selection here, and then you're going to want to go to import music. So for this, you click import music and it's going to drag you down to my music. just click import media files, and then you can select any song you really want. After that, you just double click the song and it will pop up here. From there, you can pretty much just take the song and click the add to project button like we did with the original file. From there, it will add the song to where you have your cursor selected. So if you wanted the song to be placed maybe like here, then you'd want to delete this, you'd want to go over here, and then you'd want to say add to project. Now it's been moved over here. So that's how you decide where you want a song to start playing from on a video. Now let's say that a song is maybe a little bit too long for the section you're looking for. Not an issue. All you want to do is actually click on the song and then move your cursor to where you want it. Click your little snip button and you've shortened the song. For this though, we won't be using any music. One other thing that you guys may be interested in doing for future videos is you might want to add pictures to videos that you find interesting. Myself, I love putting pictures into videos. It makes the video so much more lively and it gives it so much more inspiration. So to do that, what you want to do is go to your imports that can be found on the Medias tab. Click Import, Import Media Files. From there, you want to go to wherever you have your pictures saved to. For me, I have a little file specially designed for that. And then you can select any one that you want. Example, like that. Now to add one of these pictures, you're going to want to have to click on the picture and drag it down to this area you want it selected to. Kind of like that. But we can't have a huge picture on our screen as no one's going to be interested in that. So what you want to do is click here and then just shrink it down to however size you want it. Move it to wherever you want on the screen. You can even rotate it if you want by clicking this little circle in the very middle that you can see. Makes these two little circle arrows. But if you don't want any pictures, all you gotta do is press delete or right click and delete. And then to remove, let's say you add more than one file that you want or don't want in your selection. All you gotta do is either you can use control and click like you would to select normal files. You can drag and click several files at the same time. Or you can press one file, hold shift and select all the files at the same time. Those are all methods that you could use. For myself though, all I want to do is remove this. Now, if I wanted to add a text effect or I wanted to add some sort of text to the video, all I'd have to do is go to text, find a text style that I like. For myself, I personally use this text style more often than not. And once you click that plus sign, wherever you have your pinpoint or your marker on your video is where the text is going to show up. As you can see, the text showed up right here for us. So to access what I just did to pull up your words so you can type something, you're going to want to double click your text option that just showed up on the display. And then you can change, you've got your text here. You write whatever you want on the text. For instance, you can write test for an example. But it may be too big for you, so you're going to want to shrink it to a size that's more appropriate. And then to move it, you just click on the text, and then you can move it wherever you want on the screen. After that, you're going to want to go to colors and just select any color that makes you happy with your text, and then your text will change to that color. After that, you've pretty much got your text down, and you pretty much have all you need in terms of text. Just playing around with that will give you the experience you need. Filters, overlays, elements, and transitions are things that cannot really be taught to someone, rather than they can just be done via practice. So if you want to learn to do these, I recommend just kind of jumping into Filmora editor and just spend some time practicing, because that's really the only way you get good at editing. Now, let's say for instance you have recorded footage of a nature trip, but you don't want to necessarily have the audio included. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to snip a certain little clip out, and then once that clip is snipped out, like I showed you before, just double click on the clip and then go to your audio that it can be found up here. Go to volume and you can decrease it however you want, or you can make it higher, softer, however you need. That's how you edit volume in Filmora. Pitch is the same thing, fade in, fade out. Now we can look at the video options too. Contrasting is a good way to kind of add effect to your videos. Same thing with saturation, brightness, and hue. Let's say the video recording you got didn't come out looking as well as you wanted it to. If you play around with the contrast, saturation, brightness, hue, they can all kind of be used to adjust the video to look more like how it looked for your recordings, because when you have post-production, sometimes it doesn't come out as nice as you were seeing it. So that's one way you can try and play with it. Auto-diagnose and enhance is not something I often use, so I wouldn't really recommend using it. But that's pretty much it about adding effects. What else is there? Well, to get into, if let's say you want to see a video at full screen, just double click this here and it'll bring you into full screen, and then double click again to get out of full screen. Now if you want to go to full screen mode, all you got to do, like if you don't want to double click, you can click this little square here and it'll open full screen, and if you hover down again it can also close to minimize it. Let's say there's a certain scene in here that you want to take a screenshot of to make a thumbnail or something. All you got to do is click this little camera. Just pause the video and click this little camera, and it'll take a snapshot for you. And audio, to increase the volume of a video, or if it seems too soft or you want to see how loud it would be at a certain point, you can't just play with the volume here. And then that is pretty much all you need to know about Filmora Wondershare, guys. If this helped you in any way, or you want to ask some questions, feel free to leave a comment in the description and I'll try my best to help you wherever I can. As always, stay awesome, guys.